right, so what fun thing do you have your young child believing? Like, their little imaginations are so sweet, and they are not stupid.
They're pretty dumb.
They are gullible as can be.
Hey, Abby.
I'm an adult. I pay taxes.
No, I was saying hi because it's the first time we had a chance to say hello to you this morning.
I thought you were making like a kid's joke at me. I'm like, first of all, I have a degree. Hello. Nice to see everyone.
Adults know how to set alarms, though.
The alarm was set. The volume was just down.
So my question for parents is, what do you have your child believing? All right. So you've concocted a quote unquote story. And I have an example for you. 1-855-BERT-SHOW, 855-237-8746. Because my child, Jimmy, who is 4, thinks the car can drive by herself. And I love this trick. And it makes my heart so happy. And I think I get more enjoyment out of it than he does when I do this.
The car one is easy. I remember when my parents got divorced, my mom started seeing this guy named George and Myra. And George would put I think around 6 years old, and George would put the car on cruise control, but I didn't know what cruise control was at the time. So he just told me he was a magician.
Oh.
And then looking back at it, I'm like, whoa, bro, I still don't like you and you're not my dad.
All right, so I don't. you're not winning me over. So I don't use cruise control. So Jimmy has named my car Girl.
Named it what?
So her name is Girl.
Girl.
But he can't say girl. Most little 4-year-olds say girl, and he turns every one syllable word into a 2-syllable word.
Aren't there some of those when they can't pronounce it? Like Ace is like there right now, where his Y's are L's, and we're not even correcting him right now. We're like, because it's just so cute. It's going to correct itself probably. But for right now, it's just so adorable. Let's just let him say it wrong.
Yeah, if my kid sounded like Forrest Gump as well, I wouldn't correct him.
No, it's so precious. So he named her Girl, and he will, he's sitting in the back in his car seat, and he will occasionally ask if Girl wants to drive by herself. So I lean over into the steering wheel, and I talk to Girl because only I can talk to her, and I'm like, hey, Girl, how you feeling today? You feel like driving by yourself for a little bit? Ooh.
Oh, you do the same thing with cruise control? Did I steal your thunder?
Well, no, I mean, kind of, but not really.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So I lean over and I ask her if she wants to drive by herself. And some days she does, some days she doesn't. But the days that she does, I just take my knee and I drive with my knee.
Okay.
And so I put my hands up and I drive with my knee. And Jimmy is beside himself. He just thinks it's the coolest thing ever.
Because he can't see it from the back seat.
No, he can't see my knee working it from the back seat. And so she needs help taking turns because, turns are a little bit scary. So I can help her take turns. And he wants her to park by herself, but she hasn't learned how to do that yet. And then when we back up, I have to help her because she's not completely reliant on the reverse camera. But he thinks it's just the coolest, neatest thing that Girl can drive by herself, and I get the biggest kick out of it. And then the other thing was I shared on here, if your kid's having like a massive tantrum, right? In order to snap them out of it, you have to tap into that inquisitive side of them. So we have the purple hippo that will pop onto the roof. So in the middle of a tantrum, I'll just be like, oh, Jimmy, did you hear that? Is the purple hippo back? Mama, I heard it. And so the purple hippo likes to jump from house to house and check on the kids and see what everybody's doing. And then he was in the sunroom and thunder. It was a storm was coming through. He's like, Mama, the purple hippo's back. He's on the roof using a blender, making a smoothie.
Wow. Quite a story made up.
Yes.
Now, the subtext on this also, if we want to grab some more calls on this, is how old were your kids when you broke the truth to them, or did you just forget to tell them? So Jimmy at some point will be 19 years old and cruising around with somebody in his car and go, hey, will you do me a favor and just watch out for the purple hippo that might show up on top of the car?
I have no plans on telling him anytime soon that there is no purple hippo or that Girl cannot drive by herself.
Hey, Susan, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Thank you for calling.
Good morning.
Morning. Okay, so what's your toddler there believing?
I told my grandkids they can only sneeze 600 times in their life, so every time they sneeze, I always ask them, is that 599? Because I told them that on the 600th time, your head explodes and confetti goes everywhere.
What is the matter with you?
What is
the matter with you? So they're holding that sneeze.
That speed bumps were crocodiles that crawled across the road and got paced over.
This is old school grandparenting right here, man. This is the good stuff.
Yeah.
So you should keep some in your pocket so when you go to Target and Walmart and they start acting up, you throw some confetti in the floor and say, see?
Somebody sneezed for the 600th time.
So these kids are going to be holding in their sneezes, thinking their heads are going to blow up when they're in school.
Listen, we love and appreciate Susan. She's obviously a P1 because she called in. But if you could have seen Cassie's face when she said that your head will explode on the 600th sneeze.
Grandmas are running, the 50s and 60-year-olds, man. That's old school right there. That is just old school. Good morning, Liz. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hey, when my son was younger, I told him that when he lied, his ears would turn red, and every time he realized he was lying, he'd grab his ears.
Wait,
That's smart.
that is actually really pretty good.
See, I love it when it has a purpose, like the hippo thing, like to stop a tantrum, or like to reveal if he's lying. This makes sense.
Yeah.
The confetti thing is freaking me out. I think Susan is a producer from Saw.
I love her so much. Good morning, Jordan. You are on the Bert Show. Hi.
Good morning. Just want to say I'm a P1. I love y'all.
Thank you.
It's not about me. It's not about my kids. But when I was little, my mom used to always tell us that if she had lights on in the car when she was driving at nighttime, she would get pulled over and go to jail because it was against the law.
Why did they tell us that?
I didn't realize this.
Why did they tell us
I didn't
that?
realize that it wasn't true until maybe like 5 years ago. That it wasn't against the law.
It's so hard to.
Thought it was.
It's so hard to drive at night when you have like the interior cabin light on while you're reading or something. So that's why I think parents used to say it because we didn't have Kindles back in those days or iPhones. We had real books.
But she just realized that wasn't true until 5 years ago.
Yeah, there you go. That's it,
To be fair, like there's no reason not to know it's not true.
Do you remember I told you that story about my ex-wife whose dad, when they were living in Pennsylvania, right? When they were driving around, there would be deer crossing signs, and Don would tell Stacy that, hey, the deer look for these signs, and that's where they'll cross the street. So she was in college driving her college roommates around when she made a crack about it, and they're all like, what did you just say? She believed it until she was like 21 years old. Good morning, Joan. You're on the Bert Show.
Hey there. Good morning.
Good morning. What you got?
So this is epic. So with my kids, I told them that if they lied, their tongue turned yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were lying, they would barely stick out their tongue like to the sides, But if they were telling the truth, they would stick it out as far as they could. So I did it with all my kids, and now I have grandkids, and we started doing it with them as well, and it is hysterical.
The grandparents are the ones you got to watch out for. It's not even the parents. Thank you for calling.
Clearly.
Teresa, good morning. What lie are you telling your kids?
Good morning. I told my children that Santa elves were the bad children, and if they didn't behave, Santa would come and get them, and they would have to make toys for the good children.
I thought these were going to be nice and innocent and funny.
Teresa, what were their children doing that pushed you over the edge so bad that you came up with this and you told them this?
Just, my daughter was absolutely a terrorist. Mm-hmm. And no matter what I would say, if I would say, don't touch it, she'd go, don't touch it, don't touch it. I'd touch, she would touch it and be like, I didn't die. Like, she would be crying at every end of my being. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's desperate times cause for kind of desperate measure type thing. I remember this also, telling my kids when they were younger. I've told you guys this story before because I was always gone when they woke up. So they were always asking me what I was doing. So when they were young, I was telling them I was outside fighting crime. And I could only go at night. So they went the longest time thinking I was a superhero. They certainly know now I'm not. But, yeah, you got to be sure to tell them at some point it's not true.
I am not going to tell Jimmy that the purple hippo is not real. There's actually two of them, by the way. And that girl will always be able to drive by herself. And, I mean, they got Waymo now. So technically, I'm not that far off.
Right.
The Bert Show.